guys, it is Kyle here, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to be doing another collection video. This time I'm going to be doing like my my movie shelf slash like all my movies. So let's go and start at the top. So at the very top here, we do have a couple things to go over first. These are my glasses, don't know why they're there. We have this Whalers puck that I got a long time ago. It's been pretty much with me ever since I was like 8 or 9. Here we have a picture of Travis from Taxi Driver, and then I have this Interstellar IMAX film reel. It's a 70 millimeter film roll that came with Interstellar Blu-ray. Then I got this thing that if you remember from my video of my room tour, you remember me throwing that. That's that. I got a K for the obviously Kyle. Got my thermostat, some earbuds, and yes, go with a book that I'm reading, which is kind of moving down to the very first shelf. We have the first shelf. Now the movies are organized alphabetically, and it also goes through first the Blu-rays, and then at the very bottom you have my DVDs, and those also in alphabetical order. So let's get this going. First up, we have 127 Hours. Really great movie. I recommend highly. It's got a really great soundtrack to it as well. Just really powerhouse of a film, really. So we got this triple pack, which of course comes with 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. I love A Clockwork Orange. It's one of my all-time favorite films. The Shining is also up there. Have not seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. A Bug's Life, really great movie. Got A Quiet Place with Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. Great movie that came out earlier this year. It's in my top 10 list. Great use of sound, cinematography is beautiful, and acting is really good, even though there's like barely any dialogue. Next up, we got Alien Anthology. This comes with the first 4 Alien films. The second one's actually my favorite. The first one's my second favorite. The last one is my third favorite, and Anthology is my last one, my favorite one, and the third one is my least favorite, in case you were wondering. Next up, we got Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues, one of the very few films that I actually liked more than the original, so it's a sequel that's better than the original in my opinion. Next up, we got Avatar, very overrated movie, but I've actually watched it recently, and it's really good still, and the special effects still look amazing. Still waiting on that sequel coming out in 2020 or something, 2019 or something like that. Next up, we got Baby Driver. Look at this movie. If you've not seen this movie, you're sorely missing out. It is one of the best movies I've ever seen, and it is probably my favorite movie of all time. It's so good. I can't even say enough about that movie. There's so many good things about that movie. Next up, we got Big Hero 6. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill Disney movie, but I kind of enjoy it. It's great for the whole family. But yeah, it's pretty good. Next up, we got Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. This movie is really good because it just talks about basically the dangers and like the dark parts of Hollywood and like the backstage. You basically get like a backstage pass into this guy's real life instead of his acting career, which is really good. Michael Keaton's in it, as you can see. Zach Galifianakis, Edward Norton, Andrea Riseborough, Amy Ryan, Emma Stone, and Naomi Watts. So it's got an all-star cast. It's not for everybody, but I really love it a lot. Next up, we got the remake of Carrie with this really cool and particular slipcover. The slipcover is cool, but not the movie, unfortunately. It just falls very flat. Next up, we got this Deadpool steelbook. Really good movie. It's one of the best R-rated comic book movies of all time. And then we got Deadpool 2. This is actually the Target exclusive, which came with the not suitable for children's book. This is in my top 10 list as well. Amazing sequel. Didn't think they could pull it off, but man, they did. Then we got District 9, a really good science fiction film that I recommend to everybody. Drive, with this really cool steelbook. Dumb and Dumber, an absolute classic comedy movie. If you've not seen it, then you are sorely missing out. It's not for everybody because not a lot of people like that kind of humor, but if you like stupid, dumb humor like that, then it is perfect for you. Next up, we got Ed Bruce Scissorhands. One of my favorite Tim Burton movies, and one of my favorite Johnny Depp performances of all time. So good in that movie. Next up, we got Fast and Furious 6. Have not seen this movie yet. I'm not a huge fan of the Fast and Furious films. Fight Club, this is my 10th favorite movie of all. Yeah, as I was saying, one of my favorite movies of all time, my 10th favorite movie. In fact, amazing performances. Edward Norton is such an interesting character in this film. It's really good, and it has one of the best twists of all time as well. Next up, we got Frozen. Pretty overrated, but it's actually not that bad. Gangster Squad, have not seen this yet. Get Out, one of my favorite movies of last year. If you've not seen my movie night of this film, then you should definitely check that out. It's a great video. Next up, we got Get Smart and Yes Man. Yes Man is such a good Jim Carrey movie. It's one of his best performances, but Get Smart is actually not that bad as well. I talked shit about it last time I did a video about my collection, and I actually rewatched it, and it is really not that bad. It's really ridiculous still, but it's really not that bad. Next up, we got Ghostbusters 1 and 2. This is the Digibook. I've seen the first one. I actually watched it for the very first time this year. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the second one though, because I've heard it's ruined like the first one for you, and it's just really not that good. So who knows? I might watch it someday. Next up, we got Gone Girl. Really great David Fincher film. I highly recommend it. It's a great mystery and very well directed, performed, written, produced. Everything about it is great. Gravity. Really cool movie. I guess all I really gotta say about it, it's just a really cool and different movie. It doesn't really come out often. Hangover Part 2, another instance where I like the sequel more than I like the first one. Next, I got Happy Death Day, a big movie that actually really surprised me when it came out, when it did. It's got a pretty overdone premise, but it kind of pulls it off in like a unique and different way. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Next up, I got Harold and Kumar, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. This is definitely a film for like Dumb and Dumber fans. It's got that kind of humor, and it's really ridiculous, but I think it's pretty funny actually. We got Identity Thief, very run-of-the-mill comedy. It's really not that good, but I don't know, it was really cheap when I bought it. Next up, we got Inception. Watched this for the first time this year as well, and this was an amazing film. Have not seen a film like this in a very long time. Very unique, very different, and really good. Next, I got Interstellar. Have not watched this because it is actually 168 minutes, and I don't have that much time to sit down and watch a 3-hour movie, but I will eventually. Next, we have It Follows. This is one of the best horror films that has come out in recent years. I might do a movie night about it. Even though I just rewatched it, I might do a movie night about it. We'll see. Next, we got Jurassic Park. Really good. I just watched this one for the first time as well this year, and yeah, this is really good. I understand why people like talk about this movie highly now. It's really good, even for like, you know, its time it was like amazing, but it's still really good even today. Now we got the a long-awaited reboot of the franchise, I guess you could say, long-awaited, Jurassic World. It's okay. It's really not that good, but I enjoy it. But I do not enjoy Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. That's going to be in my top 5 worst list. It's got Kick-Ass. Still need to get the sequel, but this is one of the best comic book movies of all time. It is so awesome and so irreverent and so crazy that really not a lot of studios make these kind of films anymore, and it's kind of sad because I would like those movies more. Next, we got King Kong. One of my favorite 3-hour movies. Not my favorite 3-hour movie, but one of my favorites. Great special effects. They still look great. Next, we have Kingsman: The Secret Service. This is a steelbook. Great movie. Kind of puts a spin on the whole James Bond kind of genre, and I really enjoy it. Then we have the sequel, Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Not as good as the first one, but it wasn't terrible, so, you know, I had to get it. And next we have Kong Skull Island. A really overlooked movie that came out in like 2017. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if people kind of shit on this movie. It's bad. It does have its problems, but if you just look past them and enjoy a really good action movie, this would be a good movie for you to enjoy if you just like a good action film. Next we have Logan. It's going to be a masterpiece probably, or like a classic film, as you know how we have classic films now, like Psycho and like Breakfast at Tiffany's. Those are classics. In the year 2050 or 2090 or even 3000, this will become an instant classic. I feel like that is. It is so good, and if you have not seen it, even if you don't like superhero movies, you just like a good action drama, that's a great movie to watch. Lone Survivor, have not seen it yet. We got Looper. This is one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. Such an interesting and different premise, and its execution is amazing. Mad Max, great movie. Not as good as obviously Mad Max Fury Road, but it's still okay. But this is probably my favorite action film of all time. It is so well crafted, and you should definitely see it if you like action films. Just balls to the walls, absolute craziness in that movie. Next, you have Marvel's The Avengers. Pretty overrated, but it's really cool still. Mission Impossible 5-film collection. These are all great, except for probably the second one. That's kind of the only one I don't really like that much, but my favorite is the new one that came out, Fallout. Second favorite being Ghost Protocol. Monster House, an overlooked animated movie that no one really talks about. It used to creep me the hell out when I was like little, but it's still really good. I enjoy it. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, can't really say much about it because it's been a while since I've seen it, but what I remember it was kind of dumb. First two, speaking of kind of dumb, Office Space, one of the best comedies of all time. If you've not seen this movie, what are you doing? There's so many quotable lines from this movie. They're just great. It's a great movie. Alright, moving down to the second shelf, we have Parental Guidance. Not a very good film, but hey, it's kind of enjoyable around the Christmas season. Paul, great Edgar. It's not Edgar Wright, but these two wrote it, and you know they're a great comedy duo. So got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Vacation, and European Vacation. Seen these two, love them. I've not seen that one, so I can't really say if I like it or not. Next we got Prometheus, a movie that I didn't understand people hated until I first finally watched it for myself. And yeah, I understand why now. It's not good at all, really. There's only a couple cool moments. Public Enemies, have not seen it yet. Got the Quentin Tarantino section, or collection, I should say. This is my favorite director of all time. There are those movies if you want to see what they are. Regular show, the first and second season. Finally finished the show on Hulu. One of the best modern cartoons of all time. Rise of the Guardians, very overlooked DreamWorks movie no one really talks about. I enjoy it. It's got everything you love in it. You know, heart, comedy, darkness, holidays, you know, all the good stuff. Next we got Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Have not seen this in a hot minute. Might have to check it out again. Sausage Party. Yeah, I own Sausage Party. You know, shit on me if you want. This movie's hilarious. I'm not gonna apologize for that. The complete movie collection. I've seen 4 out of 7. There's too many, man. I can't sit down and just watch them all. They're too ridiculous. Saving Private Ryan. Have not seen this. I know. It's been sitting in my collection for a while, and I have not seen it yet. So next got Scarface. Still have not seen this one either, guys. I know. That's been sitting in my collection for a while too. And 7. This is a David Fincher film that I've been meaning very well to get into or watch. Yeah, you need to watch that. Sin City, unique. I think it's style over substance. So, Spider-Man 2. I've been joking a lot with you guys. I have not actually seen Spider-Man 2. Stardust and Spider-Man Chronicles. Have not seen Stardust, but Robert De Niro was in it for some reason. I don't know. But I've seen this one. This is a childhood classic of mine. Freddie Highmore. Always a national treasure. Step Brothers, my absolute favorite comedy of all time. Did you touch my drum set? I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set. An absolute classic movie to quote. Bunch of gagaloons, so you can just go all day with it. Straight Outta Compton, great biopic. Probably the only biopic I've actually watched all the way through and liked. Really good. I really enjoyed that movie. Next, I got Stranger Things. This is the Target exclusive Blu-ray box set. Yeah, Stranger Things is awesome. Suicide Squad, extended cut. Yeah, I've thought in the past about this movie that I actually enjoy it and no one else does. I agree with those people. This movie is absolutely horrendous. Superbad. You need to rewatch this movie because it's one of my favorite comedies. Super 8. Very underrated movie. Nobody really talks about this movie at all. And I watched it one night, and my god, this movie is amazing. It reminds me of Stranger Things and It, if you've seen those. So got this awesome Taxi Driver release. My god, this movie is amazing. One of the deepest and psychological movies I've ever seen. More psychological than a psychological thriller. Ted, great movie. And then we got the sequel, Ted 2, which isn't as good, but it's not terrible. Like, it's definitely enjoyable. Amazing Spider-Man. I've not seen this movie in a hot minute, and I think you know why, because this movie is really not that good. You got the A-Team, pretty good. Big Bang Theory Season 7. And then Big Bang Theory Season 9. They're finally ending the show. I'm so glad because that show's been on way too long. Alright, then we got The Breakfast Club. Great movie. Actually, what am I talking about? I haven't seen that yet. Dark Knight. Oh, talking about a great movie. I might do a movie night of that one too, because that's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually. And then we got The Dark Knight Rises, the sequel of that. And no, I have still not seen Batman Begins. I don't really care though, because I heard that's not really that good. Hangover and Old School. Hangover is considered one of the best comedies of all time. I don't think that, but you know, whatever. Hateful Eight. This is the other one that didn't actually come with the Quentin Tarantino collection. I had to buy this one separately. And yeah, you'll know my thoughts very soon on all these movies. Very soon. Hurt Locker, have not seen this yet. Matrix 10th Anniversary Steelbook, or not Steelbook, Digibook. Have not seen The Matrix yet, but damn, it's a badass Digibook. Revenant, one of the best revenge stories of all time. And one I've fought many times before, and I still will fight. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is one of the most underrated, criminally underrated movies of all time. Silence of the Lambs, hello clarities. You guys need to watch this movie if you've not seen this movie. It's one of the best thrillers of all time. We got The Social Network, another great David Fincher film. We got The Terminator, I have not seen that yet. I know, it's a classic, I still haven't seen it. And then we have my favorite 3-hour movie of all time, The Wolf of Wall Street. A movie that utilizes every single minute of its runtime to its potential. I mean, like, you'll feel like you're 3 hours into it by, like, the first 20 minutes. It's so good. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. One of my absolute favorite movies of last year. This is The End. Great Seth Rogen film. Tower Heist, another criminally underrated film. I think it's really funny, in my opinion. It's got great music, too. V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Director's Cut, and Constantine. My stance has still been the same. I have not seen Watchmen, I have not seen Constantine. I still love V for Vendetta though. Millers, one of the best modern comedies. Wreck-It Ralph, cannot wait for the sequel coming out this year. It looks so good. I got the X-Men collection. All those movies are great except for this third one and Apocalypse. And then we got Zero Dark 30, so I've not seen that. And the last of the Blu-rays, we got Zodiac. Alright, so moving on to the DVDs, we got Big Fat Liar, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Coraline, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, Dr. Seuss, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Fantastic Mr. Fox, For a Good Time Call, Ice Age, Jingle All the Way, need to watch that for Christmas season, because Matilda, fantastic. I need to rewatch the movie, it's such a good movie. Monsters, Inc., one of my favorite Pixar's. Monster vs. Aliens. Paul Blart Mall Cop, yeah, I know, I own that. Oop. RV, Santa Claus 2. Oh my god, absolute classic childhood memories. Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2. Dark Knight Rises on DVD. Emperor's New Groove, The Game Plan, The Incredibles, my favorite Pixar, The Karate Kid remake, Tom and Jerry, and Zookeeper. Yeah, another Kevin James film. Get on my level. Anyways, guys, that was my entire movie collection. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember to leave a big fat like, subscribe, and peace out, guys.